Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Hearts of Iron 4, continuing on with the Free India campaign. And it's not really a Free India campaign anymore because we're already free. Now it's Gobble Up Little Nations If We Can campaign. But right now it's kind of a wait and see campaign because the one nation we did start justifying war goals on is being guaranteed by France, which would draw me into war with the Allies. I might also look for a war with Nepal here and see if they're guaranteed. And if they're not, then we have yet another nation we could invade instead. Alright, so we've got research done. And we're into 39. We can't do anything in industry yet, so we might as well start working on infantry equipment and things. So this is that bonus that we have for now being part of the common turn. But because we're no longer a colony, we get a full 10% bonus for the, I think, each nation that has it. So that is definitely good. So for instance, we could get anti-tank and anti-air on a discount now. And I think right now I'm going to go ahead and go with that artillery. So I'm going to grab anti-air and anti-tank here. So I'll start with anti-air because that's the one I think I'm going to more likely use. And as far as building factories and things, we have a couple places here that I think I want to build some civilian factories in. And then I want a military factory here and a civilian factory there. Okay, looking good. We don't, I think, have a military factory here, so we'll build one there. And I guess I'll build one over here. Okay, that's good for now. Alright, so we have unit of infantry down here. We probably should send this guy down. And we're also going to put him in that army so that we can attack the French-held territory if we need to. We're trying to recruit as many units as we can to try and build our army back up after that civil war that we had to get our independence. It would have been nice if we'd been able to keep more of those troops. I don't know if we just don't have vision down here, but it doesn't look like there's much resistance to the Japanese troops down here. It could be we only have vision because of the Soviet troops that are in the area, because there's some Soviet troops here, there's some Soviet troops here, and here. And here, so we might not have vision over here to know what troops are over there. You know, honestly, cutting off these Japanese troops would be as simple as just marching a unit in here. But it's AI, so I don't know if they do that. And we're getting close to finishing off our focus, and then we'll see what the Germans do next. Because right now they're doing the pact between them and the Soviet Union over the division of Poland. And then I'm going to guess they're going to start their focus on Poland. That leads to war with the Allies. And then we'll kind of decide at that point what we're going to do. Now, in July, I'll finish getting the Justify War goals on Bhutan. And then I'll kind of probably wait, see what happens with the war. Okay, closer bond with Germany. All right, so we just get our focus here. All right, so I want to do building the nation because we get civilian factories and military factories, which help quite a lot. As a matter of fact, we're building up some regions, I believe, that don't have a whole lot of anything right now. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, Italy joined the Axis. Now, a lot of playthroughs I've seen, Italy gets involved in the war much earlier than they did historically. Let's see if that happens again. So what are they working on? Yeah, Danziger War. Italy is working on just normal stuff. Okay, extra research slot. What's Japan working on? Carrier focus. All right, well, nothing that really affects us at the moment. So, what I'd like to do is just see what happens with the European war. Because what I might do is take advantage of France being knocked down. If they're completely knocked out, which I don't think they will be, but in the event that they are, I may go after Bhutan if the guarantee is gone. I don't think that will happen, but we'll see. I also... Okay, France bans communism. Alright, some more things about our justifying war goals against Bhutan. We are running short on supply. What is the thing that we need to produce the most of? So, definitely infantry equipment. If we get more factories, that's what we're going to want. Okay, so we just finished that. At this point, I'm going to wait. As much as it takes a lot of time to justify war goals, I want the German war to fire and see if the Europeans are a little bit more distracted, to see if that I can justify the war goals against Nepal and see if I can get away with that. If that gets the same result, though, then I'm probably just going to just modify this up to 50. I'm probably going to end up at war with the Allies no matter what, because I'm going to be taking these nations. If this was something we could do right out the gate, justifying war goals against Bhutan and Nepal, that would be much easier, obviously. Alright, so at this point, I don't feel like there's anything that I necessarily have to spend my points on, so I think I'm just going to save them to bring up manpower in case we need it. I mean, we could do some research things here. I just don't know what I'm going to actually end up researching. I mean, maybe I'll end up researching tanks or something like that. But I'm not actually researching it actively right now, so I don't feel like the need to spend points in something I'm not researching right now. So we'll just wait on that. And I don't have... Just check. I don't have anything else that helps me in ground combat. So, nothing I really feel like taking. And we're going to need political power to justify war goals and things like that anyway. Ooh, we got more mountain troops, so we're going to go ahead and first, we'll add these guys into the army we already have. We're going to grab this unit. We're going to strategically redeploy it over along the border here. And then with these two units, where do we want to send them? Huh, I don't remember putting this unit here. I mean, it's not the end of the world with it there. Let's send you... strategically down here. And then you. I could have swore I sent a unit down to Bangalore. Like forever ago. Oh, maybe it wasn't Bangalore that I sent them. Well, we'll send a unit now to Bangalore. Okay. Alright, let's see what we want to work on now. As far as research. So we don't have anything in industry to work on. Unless we want to build synthetic oil and stuff like that, but I don't think we need that. Let's just focus on artillery and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do anti-tank now. Although we could do an upgrade to our overall artillery, which I think I'd prefer, actually. Let's get on that, now that we have a bonus to it. Oh, we got a free unit. I forgot about that. Maybe that's what that was about. Speaking of free units, we also got a new commander, if I remember correctly. So it's just a generic 3-skill general. I mean, that still helps. It's nice, but we just don't have enough units to really need that general right now. In the future, it'll be nice. I think we get some other things through focuses, like commanders and things. Like, for instance, if we come over here, that's manpower, jungle training. Yeah, see, we get 4-skill general, 3-skill general, 3-skill general. Military leader cost reduced by 50%, starting level of new army leaders +1. You know, that kind of stuff. Be pretty cool. And I mean, that's pretty much what we're going to focus on next, I think, after we're done over here. I don't know if I'm going to take the research bonuses or not, but if I take anything, it'd probably be some stuff over here. Let's see what would be nice, though. Screw guns, so a movement for artillery. Well, that would be really good. Indian armor. So I'm probably going to go Royal Indian Artillery, then down to revive the screw guns, which is going to give us movement bonuses for our mountain troops that have artillery and anti-tank. And then we've got modernized army, which is just land doctrine. And then we can get a research slot this way. We have to have more than 50 factories, though, to get this. So it's going to take some time to do. All right, well, let's continue. Oh. Yeah, we're going to need infantry equipment with the rate that we're... Okay, that should be the war soon. We just got rebuilding the nation, so we're just talking about what focus we'd want to do next. So this just gives us a bunch of research bonuses. The main one I would want would be land doctrine, but that's only if we don't have anything else to research for the year period, which I think we still do for 39. So I think the better move is to come over here and start working on either stuff like this. I don't know what national spirit risk of famine is, though. But let's say we take this, because I'm just curious what it does. I mean, maybe that gets rid of the agrarian society. I don't know what the chance of famine is. But it does say that it removes it. All right, well, in any case, let's go ahead and get that focus. Clamp down on corruption. And when the war starts, I think I'm going to start justifying war goals against Nepal. And we might also work on Afghanistan after that. So we'll just see. Okay, there's the war. And we'll just have to see how this develops. So, at the moment, just a war with Poland. I was about to say, the Allies not going to do anything about that? Alright, so Germany should be at war. Right now they're just at war with France, but now there goes England. Poland's fading fast. Ooh, we got another factory. We do need artillery, so let's do that. Okay, so we just got research there. I think with the next factory we get, we'll probably start building the anti-air. What else we got here? Should we do the anti-tank now? And we don't have the bonus here yet, when I'm kind of waiting for that. I figure we should just wait for the research bonuses when we can get them. Alright, now that the war has started, and the Allies should be more distracted, I think we're going to start justifying our war goals against Nepal to see if we'll get away with it. I don't think we will, but it's something we're going to want to do anyway. And that's only going to take 160 days, so we'll send that along. We'll just watch here. I guarantee you within, like, not very much time, they'll get their independence guaranteed. If they don't, then that just gives me a free hand to attack them, pretty much. So far, no. I mean, it could be the Allies are just waiting for enough political power to do it, though. I can't imagine they would allow me to attack Nepal unopposed. But hey, maybe I'll get away with it. Maybe I should have waited for Bhutan to wait until the Allies were distracted. Yeah, they're not doing it. Again, we've got plenty of time here, so we'll just have to see. Okay, just checking Japan. What I'm going to do then, because they're not guaranteeing Nepal, I'm going to start moving my troops in a position where we can attack. So, I think what I'll do is I'll put this guy here, and I'll put this guy here. If they're just going to allow me to march into Kathmandu, I'll do so. And then we've got some infantry units here. I'm going to take one infantry division, and I'll put them across the river over here. The other infantry division, I don't know what else I have to defend. I would like to defend ports in case we do end up at war with the Allies, which I'm probably already doing. There's ports over here, though. There's one here and one there. So let's go defend Calcutta. Yeah, there's another one over there. So I'll take this unit, strategically redeploy them into Calcutta. I mean, it's always a good idea to defend things like that. Alright. Still haven't guaranteed the independence. What date are we looking at? We're looking at February of 1940. Alright, so that's our justifying war goals. So, yeah, so far, we're getting away with it. Alright, so we've got new research there. I do want to make sure all of my men are within that army. So we've got 14 divisions at this point. We've got research to do. So we can do this. And we've got a factory that we can put things into. And we were going to do anti-air. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and just put the convoy down at the bottom here. And we do need a template for that. So I'm going to go ahead and for that, I'm going to add it into the normal infantry divisions. Anti-air. And then what is this? So this is the free division we got. Huh. Interesting. So that's kind of like a cheaper unit if we just want manpower out. Got the same number of people, but it doesn't have the support division. So if we wanted to. Okay, German interest in Scandinavia. German rhetoric has intensified towards the northern countries in recent weeks. Blah, blah, Denmark and Norway. Okay. Are they justifying war goals? Or is that... Because I've never seen that before. I mean, that makes sense as far as what happened historically. That doesn't make sense. They didn't finish off Poland yet. See, Germany never does what they should do as far as fighting the Allies. They usually go after the Benelux countries way before they should. Like, they should have attacked Denmark and Norway before doing that. And I don't know why the game goes that way. This is supposed to be a historical focus. This is the kind of thing that I feel like they really need to change, because Germany never really follows historical outcomes. And Italy gets involved way too early in the war, oftentimes too. As a matter of fact, they're at war. And we're not into 1940 and they're in war. The war just started and Italy is involved. So, you know, this is the kind of stuff that really needs to change, in my opinion. Still no one's guaranteeing independence. Oh, I forgot what date. It was February? Yeah, February of 1940. So, if we're lucky, nobody will guarantee the independence of Nepal. Unfortunately, they already did guarantee Bhutan. Oh, did we lose our war goal? Oh, okay. Fall of Warsaw. Poland has capitulated. Alright, that's interesting. So, apparently you can only justify war goals against one nation at a time. I didn't know that, and I'm glad I know now. We might never go after Bhutan, because if we can snipe nations like this and not really have consequences for it, like if we can take Afghanistan after this, because I think we could probably take Afghanistan at this point. They've only got 9 divisions. And I'll probably have much more than that by the time we get to war with them, because right now I have 14. Soviet Union is justifying war against Finland. Okay, that's fine. I don't care. Alright, so note to self, don't justify war goals so early, because you will get independence guaranteed. Alright. Okay, so these guys joined the Comintern, so we'll have another ally here that we could take Tibet with if we wanted to. There are 100% world tension. Okay, USSR occupies eastern Poland as per the agreement. How's the Japanese war going? Okay. Been kind of, I mean, I think they've been making gains, but again, not one-sided, so I'm glad to see this. The Japanese war is going the way I expected to. The German war, maybe not, because they're doing things that they shouldn't be doing. They're attacking the Benelux countries far before they should have. As a matter of fact, they lost Luxembourg. So Luxembourg capitulated, and then Belgium came in and took it. What do we got going on here? Oh, yeah. Well, we'll be changing that. So that's new. I don't remember this being a pop-up. We'll go ahead and do research here. We don't have any bonuses there. We don't have any bonuses there. It's kind of getting to the point where I'm thinking we've got to just not worry about the discounts. Now, the downside of land doctrine is our ally, the Soviet Union, has a different doctrine than we do. So we would have to start over from scratch, more or less, if we wanted to go that route. I'm going to go ahead and just start working on the 1939 infantry equipment. And then we need to start producing the current artillery so that that message goes away. All right. Well, I'm liking some of the additions that they made, like these pop-ups to let you know what your allies are doing. The pop-up that lets you know that you have old tech in production, because that was something that was easy to forget in the past. How's our recruitment going? All right, so we were not quite having enough things produced to do the motorized troops. Well, we'll continue to get factories here. Now, again, I'm not 100% sure on what this... All right, so Belgium joined the Allies. They weren't already part of the Allies? Now, the Netherlands is not at war? Okay, now they are. So Germany's going about this in a very stupid way, where they are... They declared war over here way, way too early. They didn't really accomplish much by doing that. I mean, they got Luxembourg to capitulate, but then immediately lost. All right, so we got the clampdown on corruption. Finland rejects Soviet demands. Okay, so I want to see what that did. I literally have no idea. I have no idea what that focus did because it's not very well described. And, you know, that's another problem I've seen with this game in the past, is that some of these focuses, they don't really give you a good idea of what they do. But, all right. We can't do any of these because we're not at war. So I guess we'll go ahead and do the Royal Indian Artillery. Start that up. And we're getting close to the time we're going to go after Nepal. And it doesn't look like they're going to be guaranteeing that independence. So the question is Germany going to be able to accomplish anything here? Because right now, this war has been going on for, I mean, they've attacked. As a matter of fact, they just allowed a naval landing to happen in 2 places. One here, one here. So the Germans are actually losing the war in this current point. They've lost territory through 2 naval invasions. They haven't occupied any of the territory they declared war on here. So this is a complete breakdown of the AI, in my opinion. That, you know, the Germans are supposed to steamroll through this. And this is not what's supposed to happen. Okay, so we're continuing to justify. So in my mind, the AI is still having problems in this game, executing and following a game plan. Well, first off, if they'd followed the historical game plan, they wouldn't have been as screwed as they are right now. But, all right. Well, how many planes do we have? And we have 25. All right. I mean, you lose planes as you're at war, so. Okay. This has remained more or less stagnant at the moment. What are the Japanese up to? Axis leanings. All right, well, they're starting to defeat these naval invasions, but again, they haven't captured any territory here at all. So, oh, that's just embarrassing. That's embarrassing for the Germans. How are the Nepalese doing as far as... looks like they still only have 2 divisions. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and, first off, add both these guys to the army. We'll strategically send this guy over to Rangoon. And then as far as the motorized division goes, I think I'm going to use them in the campaign against Nepal. Alright, well, I think this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video. So, in a few months, we'll have the war goals against Nepal. It doesn't look like anybody's going to guarantee their independence, so this should be an easily won war. There's only a couple divisions in here. They are mountain troops in the mountains, so it will be tough, but really, if they sit where they are, I just march into Kathmandu and war is over. So, I don't know how long this war is going to go, but in any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.